to give a quick review of the Quincy Jones AKG Q701 versus the Philips Fidelio X1. I've had the X1 for a good number of months now, probably 4 or 5 months, something like that. And the quality of these has been really high, much higher than any of the Sennheisers I've had before them. Previous to this I had the HD 598, HD 595, HD 555, among a couple of other sort of smaller brands. The build quality and the material construction is truly way above what the price these were going for were at. I paid £150 for these, and they've been fluctuating up and down, give or take £10–15 or so, maybe even more over the months. Everything is just amazing about them. The machined aluminium to the headband, which is proper calf leather. The only thing that I didn't like was the cable that came with them. It was a bit bulky, a bit sort of grippy. It would snag on bits here and there, and I wanted something different. So I got the V-Moda cable, which was really good. It's really lightweight. Most of the time you can't even tell it's on the headphone, and you don't catch it on anything either. So that was really good. I also had the Fidelio S-Flex Mini, which was about a tenner off eBay. Amazon, and this was also good, a bit heavier than the V-Moda, but it's 3 meters in length, and sometimes I need a bit of extra length. Today I got the Q701 in the post. This was via the Mass Drop group buy. Came to £95, I believe, all in. Had no customs or no VATs pay on it, which was really surprising considering the value of these, and came from the USA. Usually I get charged import duty, but £95 all in. A bit of a bargain considering they're £212 on Amazon right now, brand new. Initial impressions out of the box. They're very lightweight, all plastic construction, so a stark difference to the X1. And I've been told it's PVC material, this plastic, even though it feels like it feels a lot less in quality, but since it's PVC, it's going to stand up to the task of being dropped and banged against things. So there shouldn't be any concerns with how long it will last. I know a few people that have had them for a couple of years on forums and things. Now, the only thing I didn't like initially, well, I still don't like actually, it's more of a gripe, is the little things like this. So you can hear it creaking. And you don't get that on the X1, you don't even get that on the Sennheisers that I've had before. So it's, for £212 at retail, you kind of expect not to have to deal with, there you go, stuff like that. This is all plastic, there's no metal anywhere here. This headband is supposed to be leather as well, I think, or from what I read anyway, but it doesn't feel like leather, it feels more like faux leather. The stitching, it's normal stitching, it's not imprinted or embossed or anything like that, so that's alright, I guess. The dimples here, these have been talked about quite a lot on forums. They are padded, they're sort of hollow, I guess, and initially I didn't have a problem with them, they felt quite comfortable as well, but after about an hour of having these on your head, you do feel them, and especially in the centre, because it doesn't touch your head all round. It will only touch on these two centre sections, and this is what clamps down on your head, and you feel that after a while, and you do get a bit of a headache. Well, not headache, but sort of a scalp ache, I guess. And the clamping is quite strong on these, so unless you give them time to loosen up and settle down, initially the clamping will be quite high, and you will feel that even more. I've ordered some 3¼ inch, I think, size foam strips to go in these gaps, and that should fix that issue completely. So once those arrive, I'll have those on, and problems should be solved there. I've not read any issues at all with the cable that comes with the Q701. It does use mini XLR there, so it's quite hard to replace unless you either DIY it yourself or buy pre-made cables, and those tend to be a bit more expensive. But no problems at all with the cable. It comes with two, one 3 meter and one 10 meter, I believe. I haven't even opened the other one, or 20 meters, whichever of the two. Build quality of the cable is really nice. It's a bit thicker than the V motor and a bit thicker than the Fidelio X Flex. The material is very similar though to the S Flex, and it's quite lightweight as well. So it's thinner than I thought and thinner than it looks on online pictures. But the construction and build quality of these, or this cable, is very good, and it does come with a 6.5 mil adapter which screws in, which is a welcome difference to the usual snap-in ones. Sound quality is really impressive. I didn't think that there would be a headphone in this price range that could take me away from the X1. I'm a huge fan of the soundstage, the highs, the lows, especially the bass. The bass goes really deep, really low, and really detailed without being muddy or anything like that. So I was really surprised when I put these in and tried them out with my favourite music. The bass is a lot lower than the X1. Of course, no one expects it to be up there with the X1, but it's still very detailed and it's still very present. It's not lacking like some people have said on various forum posts that I've read. It is definitely there. It's probably in line with a lot of the same highs as the HD 598 and 595, for example. It's up there with them. I'd say it's more detailed than them, and it has more life, so you feel it more around your head. And that's mostly thanks to the soundstage. The soundstage is so wide on these that you get a true sense of surround sound feeling in music. A lot of professional gamers use these as well, and I guess that's why, because you do get a true sense of 3D-ness in your in the presentation that they have. I haven't tried these on games yet. I'll try those tonight, and movies as well. But if the musical quality that I've found so far is anything to go by, I'm going to be more than impressed with these. So driving these, I've read a lot of points on forums and things where people have said you do need a headphone amplifier to drive them or get the best out of them, because they are quite hard headphones to drive. I've got a NAD D3020 hybrid DAC amp and had no problems at all powering these. I did need to increase the volume slightly on the amp to get the same level of volume as the X1, but it was only a small amount, nothing major. So amps like the D3020, even the D1050 I believe is a dedicated headphone amp from NAD, or anything in that kind of class should be fine, I guess, or anything with a dedicated headphones out. PC sound cards, onboard sound and things, they probably won't be enough to get the best out of these. Neither will your usual smartphones or MP3 players without some kind of amplification, so it might be worth keeping that in consideration. So sound performance wise, I'm very impressed, and to the point where I'm actually going to put these up for sale. The X1s are going to be going on classified soon. I'll miss them, but I don't have any need to keep two headphones, especially when ones like the 701 are so good for my preference anyway. So that's that.